Good morning, everyone. I'm Sarah. Today on Science with Sarah, we are so excited. We are at the San Antonio Zoo. We're going to be thinking cool thoughts and making some blubber. We're here with the zoo crew, and we say, good morning, San Antonio! Stick around for a fun science experiment.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Hi, good morning. It is Wednesday, June 28th, and we are looking forward to that experiment because it's about staying cool.
It is about staying cool. I'm cool with that. Summer school for everybody. Speaking of the heat, we're already up to near 80 degrees. Not surprised by that warm up out there at all.
A little bit of clouds helped for a little while, but I kind of slowed them. You know, they were like slowly disappearing.
They're pretty much gone at this point. Yeah, it's sunny out there. Thankfully, Sarah found some shade there at the zoo. We're going to see those temperatures warm up quickly today, but we're thinking positive thoughts here because yesterday we're at 104. Today we're forecasting 102, and from here the temperatures actually go down. We're going in the right direction. Let me show you the setup. We still have that high pressure over top of us, so this is why we're getting the extreme heat here around Texas and parts of Louisiana this afternoon. Temperatures will be in the triple digits in many spots, including here in San Antonio, 102. But that is better than yesterday. Dallas is really going to be baking today, 106. Oklahoma City, 108 later today. And as we look at the temperature and heat index, 102 is what we're forecasting. The feels like number will be around 105. That's also better than yesterday. We're seeing humidity levels drop just a little bit. That helps with the feels like temperature, and we'll see continued improvement as we go forward. Weather headlines, less hot weather ahead, as I said. Another day, another record in Del Rio. We'll show you some of those numbers. They continue to be astounding. And what about the lake levels? We'll check in on those and see where they stand. Some of the area lakes still dropping. We need some rain, and there is some of the forecast. More on that in just a few minutes, guys.
Thank you, Justin. Looking out there with TransGuide at I-10 at Huebner. There appears to be a disabled vehicle. Looks like they're taking care of that right now. Looks like one lane is blocked. I think earlier there might have been two, but
right.
Yeah, things are moving a little slow there.
This is westbound 10. What we're not seeing right now, there's a major accident east of town on I-10 in the eastbound lanes at FM 1518. That's basically one exit past Loop 1604. Be advised that's affecting traffic as you're heading out of San Antonio on I-10.
And for now, let's look at today's 9 at 9.
Severe weather is causing a major headache for travelers. Since Saturday, airlines have canceled more than 6,000 U.S. flights, and there have been over 32,000 delays. There are concerns for travel this 4th of July weekend as nearly 4.2 million people plan to travel.
The Diamond Fire in Arizona has forced over 1,000 people to leave their homes. Scottsdale fire crews working overnight to get the fire contained, saying it started yesterday afternoon and quickly grew to cover 700 acres. The Red Cross has set up emergency evacuation centers, and the trailheads in the area will be closed today.
An Alabama judge is delaying Joran van der Sloot's trial. The Dutch national is accused of extorting money from Natalie Holloway's mother, whose teen daughter disappeared during a 2005 high school graduation trip to Aruba. A delay was requested and granted for the defense team to prepare for the trial. Van der Sloot entered a not guilty plea earlier this month.
Former President Donald Trump is offering a new explanation for that audio recording where he's heard talking about a potential plan to attack Iran. Trump now saying he was compelled by former Joint Chiefs Chairman General Mark Milley outlining a potential attack on Iran. Trump has pleaded not guilty to 37 federal charges in relation to documents found at his Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida.
The defense team for Brian Kohberger, the man suspected of killing 4 University of Idaho students, wants the state to hand over more detailed information about how investigators came to target him as a suspect. This comes after the state announced they will be seeking the death penalty against Kohberger. The judge said he will issue a written order on the information at a later date.
Officials at Starbucks are saying they will provide more clear guidelines regarding in-store pride decorations. Earlier this month, the union representing the baristas claimed that the company has limited employees' ability to display pride-related items. The workers went on strike in dozens of locations over the past few days, even causing a few to close.
Ford is expected to lay off a number of workers as the automaker shifts to producing more electric vehicles. Ford is not confirming any specific number of employees involved, but saying most of the layoffs will be engineers. The cuts are also part of the 2021 Ford Plus plan, which includes cost reductions.
Meta is adding new parental controls to help monitor their kids' activity on social media. Parents can now see how much time their child spends on the chat tool, view and receive updates on their contacts list, and get notified if their child reports someone. Another feature encourages kids to step away from Facebook after 20 minutes.
The class of 2024 for the Hollywood Walk of Fame has been announced. Stars like Gal Gadot, Chris Pine, Christina Ricci, Michelle Yeoh, Gwen Stefani, and Dr. Dre will be honored. The late Chadwick Boseman will also be honored on the Walk of Fame. And that's today's 9 at 9.
And developing right now, the San Antonio Police Department remains under scrutiny after 3 officers were charged in the murder of Melissa Perez last week.
Our KSAT Investigates team found all 3 of those officers had recently completed the training to deal with someone experiencing a mental health crisis. Chief William McManus said Perez was having a mental health crisis at the time of the shooting. Now, SAPD has a specialized team called the Mental Health Unit. We asked if that unit was called Friday to Perez's apartment, but have not gotten a response. Joe Smara, who worked for that unit for more than a decade, says when he left the department in San Antonio in 2020, they had about a dozen or so people on staff, but the unit did not respond to calls 24 hours a day. All 3 officers charged with Perez's murder had gone through de-escalation and mental health training in the last 4 months. Smara says looking at the video, it's clear they did not follow that training.
Had they followed what they were trained to do just this year, would Melissa Perez be alive?
My opinion is yes. Melissa Perez would still be alive.
And we sent a request to the San Antonio Police Department yesterday to get information on how many people make up its mental health unit as of today and how many calls they've received to, but we still have not yet received a response back.
And there are still a lot of unanswered questions after Melissa Perez's death. Why did San Antonio Police act swiftly in charging the officers involved? And what do the charges mean? And where do we go from here?
RJ Marquez spoke with the St. Mary's assistant law professor to get some answers on what is next.
Melissa Perez was shot and killed by 3 San Antonio police officers early Friday morning. The officers were arrested and charged with murder that same day. St. Mary's assistant law professor Alexandra Klein says it's unusual to see charges filed that quickly in police shootings.
It's possible that charging decision was made after looking at the footage and concluding that there was, at this time, probable cause to conclude that those actions were intentional.
Klein says the charges of murder instead of manslaughter come down to intent.
Murder has a higher mental state or intent. In Texas, intentionally or knowingly causing someone's death is murder. Miss Perez was in her home. She was behind a locked door. And the warrant specifically states that she wasn't an imminent threat.
San Antonio police are investigating the deadly shooting. The Bexar County District Attorney's Office will then review and prepare the cases to present to the grand jury.
And the grand jury determines if there is probable cause, to move forward, which would lead to an indictment for the crime. And grand juries can also decline to indict as well.
But at this point, Klein says there are serious questions about officers using deadly force based on what we've seen from the body camera footage and what we know about the case, including that Perez did not have a gun.
Concerns about the justifications for the attempts to enter into Ms. Perez's home, as well as why the officers thought that she was a sufficient threat to use deadly force when she was inside her home some distance from the officers.
RJ Marquez, KSAT 12 News.
And right now, a driver is recovering in the hospital after being injured in an overnight crash. This happened around 1:30 in the morning on Loop 1604 West, not far from Helotes. Police tell us that the driver lost control of his small SUV on the exit ramp to Bandera Road. The driver rolled the vehicle several times and was trapped inside until being rescued by firefighters. He was taken to the hospital in critical condition.
Several people are without a place to stay this morning after a massive apartment fire over in Leon Valley. It happened at the Vista Del Rey apartments around 5:30 yesterday evening. Fire officials say it started on the lower level but quickly spread to the rest of the building. 12 units caught fire and the entire building was a total loss. Nobody was hurt, and the Red Cross is helping everyone that was affected by the fire.
There is a new effort to crack down on illegal dumping that is happening all over our city.
Happens quite a lot. City crews picked up nearly 2,400 tons of illegally dumped trash and waste last year. Getting rid of unwanted belongings is a quick fix, but it's illegal in our city. For the Copper Branch neighborhood on the northeast side, it's becoming a common problem, and homeowners are frustrated.
It's like a whole sectional couch, and it was like a chest of drawers, 4 bedroom sets. I mean, like mattresses, chaise lounger. It was like a basketball court, hoop, barbecue pit.
It is such an ongoing issue that now solid waste and San Antonio police are teaming up to catch those responsible. Last month, undercover officers arrested 3 people accused of illegally dumping wood fencing on the city's southwest side.
Extremely excited because this is exactly what we wanted. We needed to catch someone. We needed to publicize that we are doing this. We needed to reconfirm with everyone there are consequences.
Solid Waste Management says to report dumping, you can call 311 and you can find a full list of where you can legally drop off your bulky waste. That's on our website at KSAT.com.
9:09, 80 degrees, still ahead on GMSA at 9.
What ERCOT is asking you to do to help keep our power grid online as the heat continues throughout our state.
Plus, how many people have been arrested in connection with the 53 migrants found dead in a tractor trailer here in San Antonio last year.
And a quick check-in with our Sarah Spidey and David Sears. They are out at the San Antonio Zoo this morning for Science with Sarah. We're excited about their cool experiment coming up.
9/12, a year after 53 migrants were found dead inside a tractor trailer here in San Antonio, U.S. attorneys say they've arrested 4 men who played a part in that tragedy.
The indictment says 4 Mexican nationals were arrested yesterday in different parts of the state, alleging they helped smuggle adults and children from Guatemala, Honduras, and Mexico into the U.S. between December of 2021 and June of 2022. One woman that we talked to was at the site of the tragedy to remember her son. Now, she tells us that he wanted to come to the U.S. so he could give a better life to his girlfriend and child.
Que él venía para acá para trabajar porque tenía su novia.
Pablo wanted to come to a better life for him and his girlfriend so he can have his little baby a future.
All the suspects arrested are facing several charges, including conspiracy and transportation of illegal immigrants resulting in death. All 4 could spend the rest of their lives behind bars if convicted.
To the courts now, and 911 calls have been released in a deadly family disturbance from 2019. Michael Phipps, accused of shooting and killing his aunt after an argument. 65-year-old Becky Ibarra was shot to death inside her elderly mother's home. A pivotal piece of evidence in the first day of trial. A 911 call as Ibarra's now deceased mother can be heard telling the dispatcher who killed her daughter.
Michael, where's that gun? On the table. Okay, leave it alone. Leave it alone. Did he intentionally shoot her? Yes.
The defense yesterday telling the jury this was a case of self-defense and that Phipps, quote, was a small man who feared for his life when his aunt came over because she was bigger than him, end quote. If found guilty, Phipps faces up to life in prison.
The trial for a man accused of shooting and killing another man outside an IHOP 3 years ago is currently underway. Alejandro Diaz got into an argument with 44-year-old Kevin Clifton outside of that restaurant near Marlbuck Road. Now, surveillance footage shows that Clifton hit Diaz first and tried to break up a fight between 2 women. That's when Diaz shot Clifton. Defense arguing that self-defense, saying that Diaz did what any person would do to protect himself. If found guilty, Diaz faces up to life in prison.
Well, due to the extreme heat we're expecting to see around here for days to come still, ERCOT is continuing its weather watch through at least Friday. An ERCOT weather watch is advanced notification of forecasted significant weather with higher electricity demand. Grid conditions are expected to be normal today, but due to forecast conditions, operating reserves may be lower, according to ERCOT. You can do your part by planning ahead and reducing your energy consumption during those higher demand periods.
Texas roads are suffering under this heat. The State Department of Transportation says that some have been buckling due to the temperatures. Now, it's been repairing this interstate entrance ramp in Houston. Temperatures in the city there are peaking around 100 degrees. Kind of like here.
Kind of like
Yeah, pretty incredible to see that stuff, to see a road just buckle, but that's the kind of heat we've been dealing with here in Texas.
One of the hottest spots in the country yesterday was Roswell, New Mexico, I believe, at about 112, but we have a South Texas city getting pretty darn close to those numbers.
Del Rio has just been breaking records left and right. It's nothing short of incredible, and I feel for those folks out in Del Rio. It has been 10 days now of record-setting heat. Yesterday, 110 beat out the whole old record of 108, and we've been setting records here each and every day. 115, by the way, the hottest all time. So this stretch of heat's going to go down in the record books, and will probably stay there for a long, long time. It has just been miserably hot there. Here's the good news. Temperatures are going to start to subside some, just like they will here in San Antonio, and we'll see some improvement in the coming days, and especially as we get into next week. But man, has it been rough out there. 105, the forecast today. I think it could even go a degree or two higher than that, which will put it near a record. Could we go 11 days in a row of record-setting heat? Possible. We'll keep eyes on the temperatures out there. Meantime, here around San Antonio, 102, that's the forecast. That's an improvement from yesterday. And yes, I think dew points will be a little bit lower, so that helps some too. We'll still see a lot of triple digits on the map today, but we're trending in the right direction. And as we go outside for you right now, 81. Dew point is at 72. We've got a south-southeasterly wind at about 11. So that puts our heat index at 85. That's the feels like number. And as we look at the dew point trend today, much like yesterday, it's humid through about lunchtime, and then it falls off during the afternoon. And with dew points around 61, 62, you're going to tack on a degree or two for the heat index. But that is so much better than what it was just really a week ago when we had those extreme heat indices. 102, the forecast high again today. The heat index somewhere around 104. New Braunfels heat index will be around 106. Same in Seguin. Gonzales could go as high as 109 for that feels like number. And yet again today, it's a CPS Energy yellow day for peak energy demand. We know where we've been here with the ERCOT warnings, and CPS Energy just letting us know that we want to conserve if we can, especially during those late afternoon hours when those temperatures really jump up. We can all do our part here. And if you want to learn more, you can scan that QR code. We have more information on our website. So here's the good news that I was talking about. Temperatures do start to come down, so we're talking about 100 next few days. And then by Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, we're in the upper 90s, which is still above average, but better than it has been. The average is 93, if you're curious. But we'll see more clouds, and not only that, potential for a little bit of rain. So there's that ridge of high pressure that's been squashing anything as far as rain goes. It starts to finally move east a little bit, and by Sunday, it's finally out of the way. Now, there's nothing that's going to move through that's just going to bring us a ton of rain or kick up a bunch of thunderstorms. But without that high pressure there, we can get some of those afternoon pop-ups, which equates to about a 20% chance of rain, I think, as we get into Monday and Tuesday. And hopefully we can get some pop-up downpours that will bring some rain to your backyard. That's the hope anyway. Very quickly, out in the tropics, we do have one little system here in the Atlantic that the Hurricane Center is watching. This moves north, probably not an issue. Meantime, in the Pacific, we do have a developing system here. This is Adrian, and it's moving west. Winds are at 65 miles per hour, and it will not affect the land, but things starting to heat up there in the Pacific. So 100 on Thursday, 100 Friday, 100 Saturday. There's those slightly lower numbers. Not as hot Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. For the 4th of July, we do have a 20% chance of rain in there. I don't think it's going to interrupt our festivities, but be aware there could be some pop-up downpours.
Which will be welcome.
At this point, we will take it.
Yes.
We will take it for sure.
Thank you, Justin.
Yeah.
919, 81 degrees.
Let's check in with our Sarah Spivey and David Sears. Hi, guys. There they are at the San Antonio Zoo this morning for Science with Sarah. Okay, she's pointing to something. Oh, are there lemurs? I'm trying to see. Can't tell. It's backlit, if you will, TV term there. But we are going to be checking in with her after the break.
9:23, we're excited to announce a new partnership between the San Antonio Zoo and Science with Sarah.
That's right. They're going to be teaming up to bring you even more exciting science experiments and introduce you to some of the zoo's favorite friends.
Sarah Spivey and our assistant, Mr. David Sears, join us now from the zoo with a special animal-themed experiment. Good morning, you two.
Good morning. And again, yes, we're so excited about this sponsorship with the zoo because it is always a great day to visit the zoo, even if it's hot. There's a lot of wonderful things they've got going on here. We're going to be talking about that in a bit.
It's zoorific.
It's zoorific. It really is. And here's the thing. We had some kids for the zoo school come by and they got to see this science experiment that we're going to do with you all at home and that your kids can do too. We're thinking, you know, it's hot, David. It's humid. So let's think cool. Let's think about how polar bears, walruses, whales keep warm, and they do so with blubber. And today, we're going to be making, you did not just eat raw Crisco.
Blubber?
Blubber! Okay, today we are going to be making blubber. David is going to experience what it's like to not have blubber by sticking his hand in this ice. Here's what you're going to need at home. You're going to need a bucket of ice water. You're going to need Crisco or shortening.
You know what that tastes like?
Tastes like nothing.
Tastes like Crisco.
Crisco. This is what the blubber is going to be. This
doesn't taste like blubber though.
Have you ever tasted blubber? I hope not. Okay. And then you'll need gloves and Ziploc bags too. So coming up, we're going to do this fun experiment at the zoo. But let me tell you, it has been so fun to even just be here this morning. It feels nice and decent in the shade. It's a little humid, but they've got a lot of ways to keep cool out here for sure.
It's fun watching the animals.
It is fun watching the animals.
The flamingos are up early.
They are.
The monkeys are up early. They're already monkeying around.
They are.
The jaguar over there, that dude, he's napping. He's like he sleeps all day.
And there is an alligator over
Look
here.
down there. I was just standing there a while ago, and then this like, whoa, there's two of them in there.
Oh my goodness, yes. Yeah. So they're keeping cool in this pond too. At first, David said, "Is that real?" And we were like, "Yes, we're at the zoo."
Hadn't moved since we've been here. We've been here like almost an hour, and he hadn't moved.
David, are you ready?
I'm ready
to experience.
Let's do this.
The ice bucket of pain, a new ice bucket challenge here.
I have a glove.
You're not going to be able to use that.
I don't get to use. Oh.
No. All right, so coming up, we're going to do this experiment live at the San Antonio Zoo.
All right.
And we'll talk a little bit about how the zoo, you can keep cool while visiting the zoo as well this summer. So
and how they keep the animals cool.
How they keep the animals cool too. Stick around for that. We'll be right back. Hey everyone, welcome back to a special edition of Science with Sarah. We are so excited about our partnership with the San Antonio Zoo. We are here live with Kyle Perez. He's the Director of Public Relations. Now Kyle, it's hot, okay, but it is always a great day to visit the zoo because you guys have a lot of things in place to help keep visitors cool during this heat wave. Can you tell us a little about it?
We have so many new things here. We've redeveloped the zoo and reimagined it with over $80 million since 2014. So every time you come, there's something new to see. We just got meerkats. We have jaguars walking over your heads, but also there's misters. There's indoor activities. So there's plenty of things that you can do here at the zoo where you're not hot, you're not miserable, but also if you pay for a day, you get a whole year free. So you don't have to just be here for 8 hours.
Right.
You could be here for 2 hours. You could be here for 1 hour. Enjoy it, get your walk in, and then come back for Zoo Boo, Zoo Lights, and everything we have all year long.
So Science with Sarah, we focus on going to schools and teaching kids some science projects, and she pulls out some really interesting ones. The zoo is focused on family and a lot of kids. How has that grown, and how important is that to keep cultivating the next generation?
Oh yeah, that's absolutely what's our most important thing here, education and conservation. If we teach the next generation to be good stewards of our planet and about nature and actually enjoying these magnificent creatures that maybe don't have a home anymore, that's why zoos exist, because we are giving them a great infrastructure for a future. And if we teach our children that, they'll love it too. So bring your kids out because there is so much interaction here. You can feed a flamingo, you can feed a giraffe, you can get in there and pet some kangaroos. So really, it's amazing to see these things up close and personal.
Absolutely, Kyle. We have had such a fun time being here, even just this morning for the zoo. And we're thinking cool, so we're going to do a science experiment about blubber. Thank you, Kyle.
Of course. We'll see you all soon.
Right. See you in a bit. Okay, so let's get down to the experiment. We are going to make blubber. Now, David is not going to get any blubber today, unfortunately, because David is going to be our science control. We're going to see how long he can last with his hand in the ice water.
With no gloves?
With no blubber. So first, I'm going to make my blubber package. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a few scoops of this Crisco or this shortening. I'm gonna put it here in this Ziploc bag, and I am going to make a little package of blubber here. I'm gonna surround my hand with this blubber so that I can protect it from the cold. This is the way, David, that animals like walruses, whales, things like that keep warm in that ice cold water. Because what a lot of people don't realize is the ocean, especially deep down, is pretty cold. So this is my blubber package.
All right.
That's kind of actually what it looks like. You can see all that fat around my hand there. This is vegetable fat, so no animals were harmed in the making of this experiment. Let's do this. Are you ready, David?
I'm ready.
Okay, stick your hand in. I've got the timer here. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. I found that for me, it was right around the 30-second mark that I started to experience some pretty intense pain from the ice. But I'm not feeling anything, David. I am not feeling anything.
I'm feeling cold.
You are? Oh my goodness.
How long did you go?
I found that at 30 seconds I couldn't do it anymore without the ice. Without the blubber, rather.
Whoa.
Meanwhile, take a look at mine here. You can see it's totally protected from the ice. There's no issue there. David, you've made it about 35 seconds. How you feeling, bud?
It's cold.
Yeah.
At about 4 o'clock this afternoon, I wish I had this bucket, but not now.
Yeah, and I'm sorry. You got no blubber around your hand, man. No blubber.
I'm kind of blubberless anyway, you know.
You are. But I bet you wish now you had a little blubber.
Am I doing this for a reason?
No, you can take your hand out at any
1
time.
minute, that's good.
Okay. He made it a minute. Meanwhile, honestly, my hand is actually a little hot here because of how that blubber protected us.
And you're fine.
I'm fine. No
cold on your hand.
Kids can do this experiment at home, and you can test out other things that act as insulators, cotton balls, some cardboard shredded up, that kind of stuff. Good job, David. I'm proud of you.
Oh, you break it.
Oh, well, at least it didn't shatter. Okay, again, we are so excited about this sponsorship and partnership with the San Antonio Zoo. We hope you'll join us in the school year ahead. We're going to have more with the zoo a little bit later this month. So, way to go, David.
It's zoorific.
It's zoorific. Back to you guys.
That was cold.
That was amazing,
Poor David.
Your Green Beret training kicked in, and you survived.
Green Beret training.
Oh,
way to
funny.
go.
I love the way y'all
Awesome.
high-fived him. Thanks, guys.
My favorite part, when David realized that he actually could take his hand out of the bucket.
Right.
Pretty much whatever he wanted.
I'm like, David, what are you trying to prove out there?
Well,
That's awesome.
I think you would have got a little bit longer if she hadn't said take it out.
Yeah.
Knowing David.
Yeah.
But we'll
Very
see if he gets
competitive.
his circulation back.
Yes.
It's going to take a while.
Poor David.
Yes, they're finding a way to stay cool out there at the zoo. Temperatures already starting to jump up. We're in the low 80s here in San Antonio, as it has been over the last week. All the cool stuff is up there in the Pacific Northwest. So Seattle, 55, Boise, 62, 60 in Portland. Feels great up there. It's just not the case in Texas. We're underneath that heat high, and it's just making it miserable, honestly, for a lot of Texas. 85 in Midland right now, 82 Tyler, 85 down in Houston, 88 in Brownsville, and they got a lot of humidity down there too. So the valley seeing some big time heat indices. There's going to be heat advisories posted again today. Now, one thing I will point out though is the excessive heat warning, the heat advisories kind of migrating east a little bit, and this has to do with that ridge of high pressure moving east. It's a good thing for us because it's going to start to bring temperatures down. KSAT 12-hour forecast, 92 at noontime, 95 at 1 o'clock. Heat index will be around 101. We peak out at around 102 this afternoon with a heat index 104 to 105. And then tonight, seeing those temperatures fall back down into the 90s and eventually 80s and 70s by tomorrow morning, guys.
All right, Justin, thank you. Our producer Haley spotted this one, and she's right on target. This is one of our big incidents in town right now. This is over on the east side, not too far from BAMC. This is affecting the northbound lanes of 410 right there at I-35 near that interchange. So there's slow going. Traffic is getting through. First responders are on the scene. Hopefully we'll be clearing sooner than later.
Yes, we hope so. Time now, 9:36 and 82 degrees for now.
You're watching GMSA at 9. Coming up, how much money the Biden administration is expected to announce today will go towards American infrastructure.
And as we head to break, here's a look at some of the activities going on at public libraries across our city. So you can beat the heat and enjoy a free movie today at 3 p.m. at the McCrillis Library. They will be showing Jurassic World Dominion. And at 4 p.m. over at the Encino Branch Library, they're going to have some special visitors for kids, some exotic animals that they're going to be able to get up close with. So tickets are required for this event, so get yours now. And for a look at all the events scheduled for today at the public libraries, just head over to the KSAT Kids section of our website at ksat.com.
Making headlines today, the death of a teenager in France is causing people to protest. Yesterday, the 17-year-old was shot and killed by police in Paris after reportedly refusing to comply with a stop order. The local prosecutor's office says one of the police officers is currently in custody for culpable homicide. 24 people were detained by overnight during those protests near Paris.
The sudden death of a former NFL quarterback is drawing attention to a surge of deaths along the Gulf Coast. Authorities in Destin, Florida say that 35-year-old Ryan Mallett, who played for the Patriots, Texans, and Ravens, was pulled from the ocean after going under. Now, the National Weather Service says in just the last 2 weeks, rip currents have claimed the lives of 11 people along Florida's Gulf Coast. A lifeguard on Panama City Beach performed more than 36 rescues over this past weekend.
They get in that water and you get frustrated when you hear a lifeguard saying, no, don't get in the water. But what we're trying to prevent is that one empty car seat on that ride home.
Rip currents flow at speeds up to 5 miles per hour, and that's faster than most Olympic swimmers. Experts say if you are caught in one, do not swim directly back to shore against the current. Instead, swim parallel to the shore and, of course, listen to the warnings from lifeguards.
The Biden administration expects to announce new infrastructure funding today. $2.2 billion will go towards infrastructure funding for community-led projects focused on sustainability and equity. We're bringing the latest updates from that announcement on our website at ksat.com.
Texas lawmakers will take another swing at property taxes. Governor Abbott has called the legislature back to Austin for a second special session. This first 30-day special session of 2023 ended quietly Tuesday with no laws made, and the Texas House and Senate still deadlocked on the best approach to property tax cuts. Now, Texas Tribune reports the House lawmakers returned at 11 a.m. today. Now, Abbott supports the House's property tax plan, which has since put him at odds with Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick. The House version would send more money to school districts to lower property taxes compared to the Senate version, which would focus more of the money set aside for property taxes on increasing the homestead exemption. Now, Abbott says he will call additional special sessions on property taxes until a deal reaches his desk. The governor also recently vetoed a number of bills from the regular session, citing the importance of passing legislation on property taxes first.
It is hard to believe, but the 4th of July is almost here and people are already getting ready to celebrate.
So here's KSAT intern Allison Hill with a preview.
4th of July fireworks will return to San Antonio next week after many shows were canceled last year due to the drought. Preparations for the holiday are now underway. Several parks and neighborhoods have planned celebrations, including parades, food, live music, and fireworks. San Antonio's big celebration at Woodlawn Lake will also return this year, kicking off at 11 Tuesday morning. And you can find the full list of locations of events on our website. Just head to ksat.com. For GMSA, I'm Allison Hill.
And right now at KSAT.com, huge news for Whataburger fans. Going to look forward to the return of 3 fan favorites and one new menu item this summer. They're bringing back the jalapeno cheddar biscuit, the Southern Bacon Double, and the banana pudding shake. Whataburger is also adding a BLT, which looks fantastic, by the way. Includes all the makings of the sandwich classic on top of Texas toast. All items will be available for a limited time only.
All right, limited time. We have to head out there. And let's look out there with Zoo Cam. Of course, this is where David and Sarah were earlier, a shot here at the San Antonio Zoo of the flamingos, just kind of chilling out, if you will. Some in the shade and some not in the shade. But that is the trick, though, to enjoy your visit there, to find that shady area.
Mm-hmm. And as we said earlier, it's always a great day to go to the zoo.
Indeed. I was wondering, aren't they supposed to stand on one leg, or am I making this up? Don't they usually stand on one leg?
They're known for that. I don't know if it's required. I mean, I don't know if you lose your flamingo card. get kicked out of
Yeah,
the association.
we see it often. Yeah.
Anyway, looks like they're staying cool. David and Sarah staying cool as well. A lot of shade there at the zoo that you can find. You're going to want to find some today, and you may want to go to the lake to cool down a little bit. As we look at the area lake levels and reservoir levels, they're coming down some, and they continue to drop. I mean, this is not a good situation in most cases. Canyon Lake, 75% full, and you're saying, well, that number's pretty good. Actually, not for Canyon Lake. The number is often pretty high, much higher than this. And we're starting to drift down to some of the lowest levels Canyon Lake has been at. So that's not great. Medina is at 5%. It's been stuck there for a while. Choke, 31%. Amistad's at 39%. Buchanan's at 62%. And LBJ, which is a constant level lake, is at 98%. That number usually does not change very much. But the bottom line here, lake levels not in great shape, as you might imagine. And we don't have a lot of rain in the near-term forecast, but long-term, there are some chances. And we're looking at a downward trend in temperatures, too. Now, this looks at the last 4 days where we've been. Temperatures have been right around 102, 104. Last couple days, 104. Heat index went as high as 110 on Sunday, 109 Monday, 109 Tuesday. Here's what I think will happen as far as today goes. 102, so temperature's a little cooler. Heat index down just a little bit, probably peaking at 104, 105. And from there, the numbers go down even more. We're heading in the right direction as our ridge of high pressure starts to move east. Temperatures should start to decrease. 95 today, heat index will be around 101. I think we top out at 102, which is still hot. I mean, this is still, these heat indices are nothing you want to mess with, but it is better. 104, the potential feels like number at 5 o'clock. And then as we get into tonight, 89 at 10 o'clock, and eventually down into the 70s again by tomorrow morning. And with the slightly lower humidity, the mornings and evenings are going to feel a little bit better. Right now, 80 at Stinson, 80 at Kelly, 80 at Randolph. Southerly winds. Dew points are in the 70s right now, and this is probably we're going to see dew point temperatures in this range next few hours before they fall into the 60s. But the humidity is still pretty thick and is contributing to heat indices around 85 right now at the airport, 85 in New Braunfels, 86 is what it feels like in Bandera. Big picture here, still have these storms rotating up and around our ridge, so it's staying well away from Texas. We've got some clouds and rain up across the northeast, but nothing big on the map today. And that ridge of high pressure, yes, it does slide east over to Louisiana by Friday. Still probably has some influence on us, so we're not putting any rain chances in on Friday. But by Sunday, this thing moves far enough away, kind of falls apart a little bit, that we have more or less a void over South Texas. Does that mean we're going to get a lot of rain? No. There's no lifting mechanism there to get us widespread showers and storms. But as long as that high pressure isn't over us, we can have some of those, what we call air mass thunderstorms, the kind of stuff that just kind of billows up during the afternoon. I think we'll see that Monday and Tuesday of next week as well. Right now, 20% chance of rain in the forecast, not huge numbers, but at least there's a chance. And I know you're saying, what about July 4th? What are our chances there? 20%. But I don't think this is going to be one of those situations where events are canceled or anything like that. You will want to catch up on the forecast, and we'll have more on our weather app as we get closer. You want to stay tuned to that. But I think right now it's just a small chance. At least temperatures will be cooler too.
We'll take that. I'm glad it's happening around the 4th of July as well.
Yeah, that works out well.
Notoriously steamy time of year.
Sure. Yeah.
Thank you, Justin.
9:48, 83 degrees.
And coming up after the break, we're going to hear from a San Antonio man who made the trip down to see the Titanic wreckage and why he says the trip made him nervous.
It has been nearly a week since it was announced the crew on board the Titan died in an implosion.
A San Antonio man who survived his own submersible trip to the Titanic isn't sure he would have taken his chances boarding the Titan. Now, Don Morley is a retired Air Force engineer and pilot and is a member of an elite group dedicated to pushing scientific boundaries around the globe. Morley's trip to the Titanic's wreckage happened back in 2000. Now, before he agreed to dive down, he tells us that he did his own research on the vessel. He would go on the expedition, but the retired colonel did have a nervous moment shortly after descending when he noticed water dripping inside the sub.
It does start to leak, or you get an implosion. What happens, the pressure builds up extremely quick,
and the temperature goes skyrockets, 1,000, 10,000 degrees, who knows. But you actually incinerate before then the water washes your ashes away.
Now he tells us that 2 passengers inside the Titan sub were part of the Explorer group with Morley. He said they knew how dangerous the trip is and wanted nothing more than to go where a few people had gone before.
Other news, pilots from the 60th Training Squadron at JBSA Randolph took time to visit patients over at Methodist Children's Hospital here in San Antonio. During their visit, pilots taught patients the basics of flying and their mission. They gave children a glimpse into the world of flying with the use of helmets and other gear, along with virtual reality flight simulation goggles. This was the 100th visit the program has made to the hospital, and we love it. Well, the excitement over this new Spurs star Wemby continues today. Spurs officials say his arrival led to a massive spike in interest for Spurs season tickets.
We are told the organization has received roughly 4,000 new season ticket deposits since May 16th, and 51% of those deposits are from Millennial and Gen Z fans. So here's KSAT intern Ali Hoy with a couple of unique Wemby facts that you may not know about.
Let's talk about 2 things that are easy to love: basketball and breakfast tacos. And new Spurs star Victor Wembanyama is bringing them both together. Wemby says he is 7'3", but if you think that's tall, he's just one of many to follow in the footsteps of other big stars. Starting with Jorge Mortesan and Manute Bol at 7'7". Just an inch shorter, there's Sean Bradley and Yao Ming at 7'6", followed by Chuck Nevitt at 7'5", and 4 players at 7'4", including former Spur Boban Marjanovic. And his height is not the only thing that has people excited about him. He also has the abilities and athleticism of a much smaller guard, making him something the NBA has never seen before. And as we get pumped for the upcoming Spurs season, Wemby also reminds us of the simple things in life, like breakfast tacos, and rightfully so. Our David Elder puts together a list of the top breakfast taco spots here in SA, Bernie, and New Braunfels. You're sure to find the perfect spot. Right now, you can read more about both these stories on our website. Just head to KSAT.com. For GMSA, I'm Ali Hoy.
Thank you, Ali. Right now, we don't have any accidents showing up on TransGuide cameras here in town, but we still have a major accident. If you're heading on I-10 eastbound out of San Antonio, east of town, you're going to run into 1604 Greytown Road and then FM 1518, and we still have an accident out there on the east side of town. New accident just now coming in, I-10 Proband area. Be advised of that as well. Justin.
Thank you, Sarah. And you can see the sun is out in full force. So we're going to see another sunny day. 102 the high. That is an improvement from yesterday. Next few days, you'll see temperatures hover right around 100. But we drop down into the 90s, so less hot Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And in fact, we have some rain chances. 20% Monday and Tuesday for the 4th of July, Independence Day. Hopefully it doesn't ruin any plans. I don't think it will. But at least there's a chance for some rain.
Yeah, we'll take that chance.
Yes, we will.
Thank you, Justin. Thanks for joining us today.